All signs are pointing that the Nintendo Switch is finally going to get GameCube games in the year 2023. But before we get started into this video, guys, and you guys are pumped to get some GameCube games on the Nintendo Switch, make sure to hit that subscribe button with the bell turned on. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. So, as of late, there's just been so many signs of finally getting GameCube games on the Nintendo Switch, and that is with a recent release of a controller. Now, we'll talk about the controller in a little bit here, but let me give you my opinion why I think the Nintendo Switch is going to be getting a plethora of GameCube games this year, whether they're remasters, remakes, or a Nintendo Switch Online service. I'm not too sure yet. Let's get into it. So I'm just going to start off by saying right now, get this out, is that I don't think Nintendo is going to bring over any GameCube games over to the Nintendo Switch Online service. I just don't. I don't think that the Nintendo Switch will run GameCube games very well. And the reason why I don't think that it can run very good on the Nintendo Switch is because of what the hacking community has already done with the Switch by hacking it and emulating GameCube games on the Nintendo Switch. I've seen a ton of videos showing that these games from the GameCube era do not run very good at all. They run pretty poorly. There's other devices out there that can play GameCube games, but the Tegra X1 is pretty dated, and it's something that we might see come to the NSO when we get another Switch. But, you know, like a Switch 2 or a Switch Pro, you know, who knows? Maybe they can pull it off. I mean, who knows? But from what I've seen from the hacking community, it doesn't seem to run very well on the Nintendo Switch. I see more of like Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy games coming next to the Nintendo Switch Online service before they'd bring GameCube games for this current generation Switch. Now, that's just my personal opinion. Who's to say, you know, what will happen? But 2023 has already gotten, you know, a couple rumors about GameCube games coming as remasters. And now, in my opinion, that's the best way to bring a GameCube game over to the Nintendo Switch, because there's a lot of great games on there that have aged very well with an HD remaster or remake and give it that really nice polish. I mean, wow, like Metroid Prime done in an HD or a remaster of some sort, remake. It'd be totally awesome to get this game on a current Nintendo console, because, you know, this game deserves a remaster or a remake. It really does. I mean, the game is one of the best games ever created by Nintendo, by Retro Studios, that it deserves a remake for sure. And bring it to the Nintendo Switch in that form and not on the Nintendo Switch Online service would make a lot of sense. So there are Nintendo GameCube games on the Nintendo Switch. I mean, there's Super Mario Sunshine is in the 3D All-Stars. There's Resident Evil 4 and, you know, 13. That was like on PS2 and GameCube. And Sphinx, I believe that's on Nintendo Switch. So there are GameCube games that got remasters and brought over to the Nintendo Switch. But I'm talking more of the first party Nintendo bangers here. I'm talking, you know, your Metroids, your F-Zeros, and Star Foxes, and you know what I mean. What about Star Wars Rogue Leader? I mean, getting a remaster of that would be fantastic. It probably would be hard to get maybe the license approval on a game like that, or even Wave Race Blue Storm. That was a pretty fun game. I really enjoyed that one. There are so many great games that have stayed on the Nintendo GameCube that would be a welcome addition to the Nintendo Switch. And I think doing it in a remaster or a remake sense makes sense to me, in my opinion. Now, as of late, there has been a recent controller release called the Nixie Wizard, which resembles the size of a Wavebird. A Wavebird controller was one of the best wireless controllers that only released on the Nintendo GameCube. And so Nixie has made a Bluetooth wireless controller that, like I said, resembles a Wavebird of the size. But it also you can use it as Joy-Con, so you can use it portably. And I think that is absolutely fantastic. Now, why would Nixie go to the length of making a full-fledged GameCube style controller when there's only a couple games on the Nintendo Switch that would really utilize that controller. Like for one, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, probably the best way to play Smash, but then Super Mario Sunshine and those couple other games that I was talking about. But you know, those games don't really utilize the controller like, say, a game like Luigi's Mansion. You know, I know we have a remaster of that on the 3DS, but I mean, that controller is perfect for Luigi's Mansion. You know, F-Zero GX, you don't really need the GameCube controller for that, but it would feel right at home playing that version of F-Zero with a GameCube controller. So I think it's very interesting that Nixie made this really high quality controller that resembles a GameCube controller, and it's wireless and you can use it on, you know, on your Nintendo Switch as Joy-Cons. I think that's really interesting that they went to all this length to create this controller, because up until this point, you know, we've only had I can't remember, Shark Mods or something like that. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of the gentleman who created the Nintendo GameCube Joy-Cons. Like, he actually took a GameCube controller and cut it in half and made Joy-Cons out of it. It was really, really cool to see that. But you know, that was an at-home build that you have to do yourself, or that he did, you know, as a hobby. So actually, Nixie is bringing that idea to fruition and bringing it to the market. I think that's absolutely fantastic. I ordered it as soon as it popped up, and they sold out really quick. So if you're looking to get one, I'm sorry, I don't know when they're going to come up for sale again, but I'm going to do a full unboxing and review on the controller, and we're going to talk about the games that are, you know, going to best suit that controller as far as, you know, what's on the Nintendo Switch. It'd have been really cool if they had some sort of like adapter or something you can use for an actual GameCube. I'll have to look into that, see if I could find one. But I just think it's really interesting that they are bringing that controller to the market for Nintendo Switch owners to buy, but there's not very many GameCube games that are on the Nintendo Switch. I think it's really fascinating, and I think that's a sign. I think that's a sign that we are going to get more Nintendo GameCube games in the year 2023. I think this is the year that we're really going to see it come to the Nintendo Switch. Like titles like I've talked about, Metroid Prime HD, like a remaster or remake, F-Zero GX, maybe even like a Pikmin remaster, Wind Waker HD, and Twilight Princess HD. Yes, those are both on the Wii U, but you know, those we've been talking about those forever. So yeah, guys, I really do believe this is the year for Nintendo GameCube to actually come to the Nintendo Switch in the form of remasters and remakes. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let's talk about it in the chat, and or excuse me, in the comments. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. And like I said, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, subscribe. We're almost to 2,000 subscribers, so it'll be a great milestone to hit in the year 2023. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.